Hi guys, welcome to the video. Today we're talking about strength and conditioning, and in particular my favourite strength and conditioning exercise that you don't need any equipment for. Now when I'm programming for my triathletes and putting their program together for the week ahead, the first thing I tend to put in is their 2 or 3 in some cases strength and conditioning sessions. They're usually 30 to 45 minutes long, which I think is manageable in everybody's tight schedules, and they are super critical. As I found personally in both my athletic career and also as a coach, if you neglect these and you prefer to do your swim, your bike, your run, which looks great on Strava and Training Peaks, pads your week out, makes you have extra hours for the week, and you basically feel good about yourself, there's 2 major downsides to that. If you're not doing the strength and conditioning, firstly you're losing out on potential performance gains, and you're just not going to swim, bike or run as effectively as you would do if you had that strength and conditioning in there. The other major thing is you can only do the swim, bike and run for so long before your body starts to say no, and you haven't got that resistance to injury, you get muscle imbalances, and then you start to get injured. Obviously when you start to get injured, your Training Peaks and your Strava definitely suffer, and rather than having, for instance, 10 or 12 hours in the week, you're going down to 1 or 2 and you're not doing any real training, all because you've missed out the strength and conditioning sessions. Quite commonly I get the feedback once I've set the sessions for my clients that they haven't got the time or they haven't got the facilities. Now whilst if they haven't got the time, apart from just putting it down as 2 30-minute sessions, there's not a lot I can do about that. However, when it comes to not having facilities, they can't get into a weights room or gym specific environment, there are things I can do. Now most people should be able to fit in even a body weight session. It's not ideal, it's not going to give you the same maximal strength gains that you need, but it's a lot better than not doing anything at all. So as I say to my clients when they say, oh, I'm going travelling with work, there's no gym there, and I say to them, well, can you take your body with you and can you take some bands with you? That's all you need. With the maximal strength side of it, the good news with this is even if you do it for 30 seconds, 45 seconds, as you'll see on my video clips in a minute when I'm doing it, it does give you a workout. So rather than where you would with the weights, you'd go heavy and go for shorter reps, so maybe 4 to 6 reps at a time rather than doing 20 or 30. The same thing with this, depending on obviously how heavy you are and how strong you are in the first place, you're not going to be able to do that many, so you are going to get the maximal strength gain from it. Now there's 2 things you need for this exercise. You need a floor to be able to do it on, and you need gravity. That's it. So unless you are in the middle of a deep blue sea or in the middle of space, you're going to be able to do this. You can do it in a hotel room or anything else. If you are trying to do this and you're in the middle of the ocean or you're in space, I would say possibly working on your strength and conditioning isn't your #1 priority. Okay, so the exercise itself, you can call it many things. I mean, I've labelled it as press to planks because it's a simple way of doing what it says on the tin. You're basically going to go from an extended plank down into a press up. You're going to come out of that press up into your extended plank again, and then slowly, and this is the key, is you're going to rotate in a nice big arc, extending the outer arm in a nice big circle, stretching it up to the sky, rolling onto your side to perform a side plank. And as you see in these shots, ideally the way I like to do it is to have both feet stacked on top of each other. There are some versions of this where you'll keep your feet in that position from the original extended plank, but this is the way I like to do it. When you get up there you'll see why, and as you can see in some of these clips, it does get a little bit wobbly. Ideally you're looking to keep yourself nice and supported and firm in that balanced position at the top of the movement. Throughout the exercise, try and engage your core throughout. Try and almost suck your navel in towards your spine. Keep everything nice and taut and keep that tension there. You should find if you get this right, it actually feels a lot easier, especially when you're in an extended plank. So things you don't want to see here is when you get to the top of the movement, is having either extending past the vertical with your arm or having a big wobble. Now it might happen when you're getting used to the exercise as you're progressing with your strength and getting everything to work correctly. However, after time, you should be able to get up nice and smoothly, hold that position, and then under control, bring it down. Don't just collapse back down into your extended plank. Try and bring it down nice and smoothly. When you're in that extended plank, try not to have your bottom sticking up in the air too much, or similarly, as I've seen quite a lot of people do with this, is to have it sunk down, the hips almost on the floor. Try and keep everything in a nice straight line. Okay, so there we go. There's the exercise, why I like it so much, and how to perform it. If you've got any questions on this, feel free to comment below. Similarly, if you want to see any more videos about body weight specific routine for triathletes, or particularly maybe in a gym environment where you've actually got access to specific equipment, then please again, just let me know in the comments. Okay, thanks for your time. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.